So the USDA approves lab-grown meat to be sold in the United States. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Is there a problem with it? Boy, let's talk about it.
Brotha T.
How you doing? This is Terry Wilson, aka yo boy Brotha T, here with another one. So I like to thank you and welcome to the new life tree, where we like to give you little pine cones of wisdom for your motivation and mental health. If you don't know what that is, stick around, stay on the channel, you'll get it. So let's talk about this decision that the USDA made to allow lab-grown meat to be sold in the United States. At this moment, there's only 2 California companies who are able to grow it, right? And pretty soon they're gonna start putting it into restaurants. Imagine that. Do I order the chicken or do I order the office chicken? All right, the lab chicken or the farm chicken? Absolutely insane. If you would have told me this 20 years ago that we would be making decisions like this, you know what I would have said to you? Mike,
don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.
And I would have been serious. But because of the steps we've made in technological advances and things and progressions and research, and man, this world is different. We have ChatGPT over here. We have AI people that sound like celebrities and look like celebrities over here. We got lab-grown chicken. What's going on, man? It's like we're in a movie, right? So let's talk about some things that could be a problem, and let's talk about some things that could be good things about lab-grown meat. Let's talk about some of the things that could be looked at as good things. One good thing is that they're not just making stuff up. These things are made from real animal cells. What they do is they take cells from real animals, they harvest the cells, and they grow other, all the meat from a few cells. Think about, helix, right? Or Gila, which is named from Henrietta Lacks. For those that don't know the story of Henrietta Lacks, look into it. Henrietta Lacks was a black woman who got cancer, and when they were doing research on her cells, they found that she had a situation where her cells kept reproducing themselves, right? They kept going, and they had never seen that before. So they've used her cells to make many scientific breakthroughs through the years. So give respect to Henrietta Lacks. There's a great movie that was on HBO. I believe Oprah had something to do with the movie. Check it out. It's a great film. Now, back to what we were talking about. But I needed to say that so you can understand what I'm saying. What they're doing is they're using that some of that technology of the cells reproducing themselves to produce other meat. Oh my God. So that's one good thing, is that it's kind of real, right? They're not just manufacturing some stuff. It's not something, it's not taking a phone and we're going to take a phone and make steaks out of it. So it was something going on there. So that could be a good thing. The next thing that could be looked at as a good thing is that there will be no slaughter of animals involved. That's the thing with PETA and with a lot of vegetarians and even vegans. They look at it as they don't want the cruelty to animals to occur. Some people are vegetarians and vegans because they don't want to eat a dead animal. Technically, you're not eating a dead animal. They took cells from a dead animal. They took cells from an animal. Woo, Yoda.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
All right, so they took cells from an animal So you're not eating a dead animal. So technically, are you still a vegetarian? Yeah, you can still be a vegetarian, but technically you're not eating a living animal. Technically, I don't know. It's getting kind of complicated. So that's one thing that could be good, is that they're not harming animals, right? The next thing that could be looked at as a good thing is they could possibly make it healthier. There are some things when you're handling, dead things, right? Dead animals or whatever. You have to chop them up. You have to take care of them. You have to preserve that stuff. It will go bad, right? There's not too many smells on this earth worse than taking something living that just stopped having life. The blood stopped flowing, and you start to smell that decay and that, oh my God. You ever threw away rotten meat? Oh, it's one of the worst smells ever. So you get rid of some of that, right? You're still going to have some of that because they are living cells. But if you ever bought meat from a store that was already spoiled and things like that, you could probably get rid of a lot of that situation because it hasn't been handled for a long time out in the open, in the air, which what kills it faster. Now, the next thing that could be looked at as a good thing is that it's supposed to be cheaper. Once they get to the point where they can mass produce it, it's going to be cheaper around the board because you're not paying for the care of the animal. You're not paying for the slaughter of the animal. You don't, all the machines that you had, you get what I'm saying? The supermarket can pay less for it because, you're not going to charge as much as a farmer would because you're not putting in the same amount of work. These things could all be looked at as good things. Let's get to the bad though. So what could be bad about lab grown meat? The first thing is that there could be mistakes made that could poison thousands, if not millions. How can I explain this? Our bodies, animals as well, we have something called an immune system. And our immune system is built to protect us from certain things harming us inside of our bodies, correct? A lot of things the immune system does, it takes foreign objects, it kicks them out, and it keeps our insides clean. I'm going to keep it simple. You can't do that in the lab. As a matter of fact, let's say you have one of the machines that stores the cells, and let's say a foreign object gets in there, you can potentially poison thousands of pieces of meat off of one thing getting into one tube. It's a little different from a cow who's eating grass and his immune system is taking care of everything. So when you slaughter him and you go to the next process, that is clear meat, right? Not the same not the same potential for contamination of sorts, right? And I know what you're going to say, once you take dead, anything and you start moving it, you can be contaminated. That's true. But I'm just giving you certain scenarios. So let's go to the next thing that could be looked at as a bad thing. What would stop a person or organization from sabotaging it? We all know about conspiracy theories, right? We all know that the government might do this, and the government, we think they're doing this, and just people over here, they're doing that, and they're doing that, and New World Order, and boom, 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 everything, Illuminati, whatever. Everybody everywhere has people in every country has some kind of conspiracy theories. Some might be true, some have been proven to be true. I won't talk about them today. And some are just made up, fabricated, allegedly, or as far as we know. But what can stop a government organization or the companies themselves who are growing it? What's going to stop them from putting a little extra on there? You get what I'm saying? Because let's say, for instance, I'll just leave it alone. I'm not going to go there. What else could be looked at as a bad thing? Let's talk about a situation where a bad cell can be reproduced unaware. Look, science is science for a reason. Science is ongoing. Science does not have the answers to every question in the world and every future question. Science is updated on the regular, because the more we know, the more we research, the more we learn, the more we find out. At some point, we found out what cancer was. If you take a cell that has cancerous cells, then of course they're probably going to spot that right now based on the information and the knowledge we have right now. But what if there's some disease coming up in the future that they don't know about? They take these cells and now they're reproducing something that could cause something similar to the pandemic that started a few years ago. These are things that could be concerns, and that maybe that could be something that an immune system could have taken care of. Think about it. What could be the next thing that could be looked at as a bad thing? How about that negative impact on the economy? Now you have farmers that are out of a job. Now you have people at the slaughterhouse that's out of a job. We now have people that do the packaging. They're out of a job. Whoever processes it, they're out of a job now. The truck drivers, I guess they'll have a job transporting the lab meat, but you get what I'm saying. There's an impact on that economy. And if those farmers go out of job, if the farmers start having less to do, the ones that do meat, then now you have a situation where the John Deere who makes the tractors, they're going to take a hit. Everybody takes a hit. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? We don't know. We could speculate either way, but before you know it, we could definitely be in a situation where we're causing our economy to flip on its head just because we wanted some lab grown meat. So what else can be looked at as a negative? It opens the door for patents and strict regulation. Now you're taking it out of the hands of the farmers who actually there's no law against me becoming a farmer today. I can literally legally obtain a license to go hunt. I can shoot a deer and take it to the butcher, right? There's no regulation on that. And I can go home, I can eat like that all week, all month. But when you start having stuff grown in the lab, now you're opening the door for regulation. Now you can only eat this type of meat that's made this way. Once again, to go back to an earlier one, they can sneak little things in there if they're an evil organization. Hey, regulation, now they're eating this. Let's put that in there since we got them eating it now. You get what I'm saying? Once again, I'm not trying to start a conspiracy theory. I'm just saying that these things can happen. That's not out of the realm of possibility is what I'm saying. So we looked at the good things, we looked at the bad things. What is my personal opinion? My personal opinion is we're going to have to deal with it because it's coming. It's going to get bigger and it's going to get bigger. Me personally, I'm going to stay away from it until we can have further research. I want to see what's going to happen 5 to 10 years from now to people. If there's no ill effects, it doesn't cause any terrible things, I don't know. I might try it. I don't know. It's not going to become a regular thing because I just don't trust scientists to do that. No, I trust them making my medication to make me better sometimes, and I can get skeptical of that at times. This is your man, Brotha T, and I just wanted to throw that out there. Woo! This world is getting crazy. Pretty soon, I'm going to be able to do an AI program of me sitting here doing a Life Tree episode, and I'm gonna be asleep in the Bahamas. Okay, I can't wait for that day so I can make money without even doing anything but typing. This is your man Terry Wilson. I'm gonna catch you on the next one, family. Peace.